Alright guys, here we are at the post-install video for the Thinktank composting toilet. And I just wanted to show you, where it was getting installed, which is this shipping container cabin that we have here. And wanted to show you basically what we used to use and why we're excited about the Thinktank and this upgrade. So as you can see, what we used to use is a Home Depot bucket, which worked fine, and then you can put these dunny seats right on top of there. With that, the dunny seat's kind of like a little toilet, and basically I got a I guess like a urine diverter off of I forget where, but basically you can cut 2 notches in the bucket just like this, just so the seat can kind of clear that and hang right on top. And then this urine diverter kind of goes on the front. And what I have it going into are these, I guess like semicircle wastebasket containers, which allows me to kind of empty out the urine and then put a bag in the back here that I could, empty out the number 2s. So it worked fine. We would always have to kind of put it in a little pop-up tent that we use, a little changing tent, I guess. It would get hot, very hot in that tent. And there's no fan or anything to kind of exhaust any kind of smell. It wasn't too bad, but it wasn't the best. So we definitely are excited for this upgrade. So I'm going to go ahead and walk you through what we have now and what we've installed. So walking on in here into the cabin. Just take a quick look around just to show you kind of where we're at, what we're working with. So this is a 8x20 shipping container, and we have a bunk bed, a queen size kind of futon bed, and little like kitchenette with a mini fridge and an air conditioner just in case we need it. And so anyway, I will get to another video, kind of a full walkthrough of the cabin and how we kind of designed it in another video. But this video is all about the Thinktank installation. So I want to show you where it was installed. So it's installed in about a 34 to 36 inch space here. And what we have right now is just a curtain to kind of separate the space. But I'm going to push that back a little ways, or push that out of the way, just so you can see everything. So as you can see, the exhaust is being vented straight back and down. So I did not want to go through the metal walls of the shipping container, and I didn't have a problem going through the floor of the shipping container because it was wood, and I knew that if I messed up, I could easily fix that. And also just with, rain and moisture and dealing with something going out the side, I just felt, it was better to go through the floor. That being said, I did space it about 5.5 inches off the wall here, because I do expect to kind of stud this out with metal studs in the future and spray foam the inside of the shipping container to give insulation and hopefully use in the winter. So that kind of gave me a space, enough space or clearance that I could work with here with studding out the walls and putting a wall covering on and all that. So, that's why it's kind of spaced a little further back from the wall here. So it does eat up some of your space when you go through the floor. It eats up your interior space. Obviously, if I vented this out through the wall, I could have pushed the toilet closer to the wall, but I'm okay with that. Eventually, I'll just put a kind of a bathroom shelf above this, so it that space doesn't get kind of eaten up or becomes useless. And so that being said, what I did run into with the install was that in the shipping container, as you can see, these kind of screw holes are screwing in this marine plywood, which is 1.5 inch thick plywood. It's very thick, strong, sturdy, but it screws right into these metal studs. So I had to make sure that I kind of missed those metal studs with the vent pipe. So kind of, would check underneath, drilled a hole through with a screw and saw where the screw was underneath and measured, just to make sure I had enough clearance when I spaced everything apart here. That being said, I did space it far enough off this wall, about a foot, maybe 11 inches or so, which gives me about 11 inches on this side. So when I do a future kind of stud or wall right here, it puts the toilet kind of right in the center of the space. So it kind of worked out pretty perfect here. And as you can see, I also have the urine tube going straight down here, which came pretty close to the vent tube here. It's probably about 3/4 of an inch space there, but it worked out just fine. So as you can see, I do have it plugged in and running right now, and I do have the caulk around the openings. So I used the 3 1/4 inch hole saw, and there's probably like less than 1/32 of an inch of caulkable space here for the 3-inch pipe. But I did use the 1 3/8 hole saw, which still, you know, it's a little bit bigger, but I'd say like 1/16 at the greatest of a space here. So still, I probably would still go with a 1 3/8 hole saw bit here, because it's not bad just caulking, you know, about a 1/16 of an inch or less with that. So again, I did opt for just caulking around this, just so I know I could easily remove it. I didn't want to solvent all of that together. So that is all installed, and I'll go ahead and open up the toilet. So I'm just going to fully open the toilet and show you that the fan is running. You can kind of hear it. It's, of course, very low in volume. I want to show you how I fixed it to the ground here. So as you can see, you have the countersink screws in the middle, and I did just throw in those fender washers on the other 4 here, and it's just a really clean install, and I'm very happy with it. So that's about it for the inside. I'll take you around back just to kind of show you how it's venting and where the urine collection can go. So as I walk around back, you can see I have the vent pipes right here, and in the future I do want to spray foam the underneath side of this container, and that gives me enough clearance here. It's about, I'd say, 3 or 4 inches of pipe underneath there, so I'd still be good. Maybe putting 2 or 3 inches of spray foam, or 4 inches, I'm not sure yet, but I think we're good there. And there's the 2 vents, and I have the urine tube coming out, hitting a 90-degree elbow, and then I put this little drain catch on the end of the 1-inch pipe and just kind of screwed it in here, so it is tight in there. I guess you could get, you know, like a bug screen or something like that. I really just didn't want kind of wasps and things crawling up in there, so you know, that should do the trick, and see how that goes. So I do have shipping containers all metal, and what I did here is, this is a magnetic, it basically holds brooms and things like that to a magnetic wall, and so I thought it'd be perfect to kind of give a good angle, so this kind of angles down and out, and also just give it a little bit more support while it's hanging on out here. I did not solvent any of these joints together on the urine tube. I just pressure fit them, so I think that's probably good enough for now. I'm not worried about leaking or anything like that. So I do have this downspout coming up, and I'm just, right now, I don't have the container there, but I'm going to put a container underneath just to catch it and be able to get rid of it. So that's basically the entire install. Hope you like it. Thanks.